Blake Lively is getting desperate in new legal filings along with her hair.
Blake Lively grabbed her co-star's private parts on camera, then sued another man for harassment, playing the tragic victim. The moment, chillingly clear during a 2018 interview, saw Blake thoughtlessly touching Henry Golding's most sensitive areas, a move that would have instantly annihilated any male actor's career. Yet for her, it was a joke, quickly dismissed, showing a stark double standard. Now, this very same woman is in court, relentlessly pursuing Justin Baldoni with accusations of defamation and sexual harassment, all while portraying herself as a wounded, innocent figure. This isn't just hypocrisy, it's a brazen insult to every genuine struggle for workplace safety and an audacious display of self-serving manipulation. Her past actions directly contradict her current narrative, exposing a calculated game.
Lively was spotted this weekend in her happy place, which apparently is also when she grabs.
Blake Lively, once touted as Hollywood's golden girl, is now spiraling into a public image meltdown, her carefully constructed facade crumbling before the world's eyes. Her recent legal maneuvers, increasingly desperate, seem less about justice and more about a frantic attempt to control a narrative that has already spun wildly out of her grasp. The meticulously curated social media presence and glossy magazine covers can no longer hide the cracks appearing in her celebrity armor. Every new filing, every carefully worded statement only seems to dig her deeper into a hole of public skepticism. Her star, once so bright, is now flickering erratically.
Reynolds realizes he's too big to fail. He just crushes his enemies and drinks their blood.
The infamous donut shop stunt was meant to be a relatable, heartwarming moment for Blake, designed to showcase her as a down-to-earth celebrity helping a friend. Instead, it backfired with catastrophic results, becoming a viral symbol of her perceived disconnect from reality. Photos flooded the internet, showing Blake Lively's famously long blonde hair, the very foundation of her multi-million-dollar beauty brand, flying untamed over trays of unsealed pastries. It was a visual metaphor for chaos, a literal health hazard served up with a side of tone-deaf celebrity performance, utterly devoid of basic common sense.
Actually surprised people just at a random bakery. When she went behind the counter at a Connecticut donut shop, she was really in a happy mood. The actress made a stop at the pastry stop on March 30th amidst her ongoing battle. Now, it's just really...
Within hours, the internet erupted. Images of Blake Lively's lustrous locks hovering precariously over glazed donuts spread like wildfire across TikTok, X, and Reddit, igniting a furious debate over basic food safety and celebrity entitlement. Viewers were aghast, calling the scene disgusting and questioning how any establishment could permit such a blatant health violation. The outrage was palpable, and many argued, entirely justified. People mocked her harder than the pastries themselves, universally agreeing that even Gordon Ramsay would have marched in and shut the entire place down on the spot for such a rookie mistake.
The point is, she's now advertising and has all these people showing off her Blake Brown hair care products, where she talks about, oh, that's a
This wasn't merely an accidental faux pas. People immediately recognized it as a calculated, desperate PR stunt. The timing was too precise, too convenient. Coming just as Blake Lively was facing intense scrutiny over her December 2024 lawsuit against Justin Baldoni. The stunt was a transparent, clumsy attempt to pivot the public conversation, to manufacture a narrative of just a normal girl helping a friend. But the internet saw through the flimsy charade, concluding it was a frantic diversion from a crumbling legal battle, making her seem even more manipulative and out of touch.
With genius good friends and their kitchen mixer the size of a car. This is what my happy place looks like. She plays like the Yoshi Super Mario World.
The intended message of "I'm just a normal girl helping a friend" evaporated instantly, replaced by the glaring reality of an out-of-touch millionaire. Instead of appearing relatable, Blake Lively came across as an entitled celebrity cosplaying as a small-town hero, completely oblivious to the real-world implications of her actions. She literally spread her hair and presumed fame all over public food, demonstrating a shocking lack of self-awareness. Her attempt at folksy charm only served to remind everyone that she lives in a gilded bubble, far removed from everyday concerns like hygiene.
With the most pathetic part of it, this hair care line, Blake Brown Beauty. Buy one, get a...
And then, just when her public perception couldn't seem to worsen, came the Blake Brown Beauty meltdown, the sickly sweet cherry glaze on top of her disastrous donut stunt. In early 2025, her supposedly 7-year-in-the-making hair care line, Blake Brown Beauty, launched a deeply embarrassing buy one get one 50% off sale. This wasn't a strategic marketing play, it screamed desperation. It was a plea, a public admission that her products weren't moving, begging anyone, somebody please to take this stuff off her hands, hinting at a much deeper business crisis.
Years I've spent on this hair care line that apparently was destroyed by Justin.
This woman's...
The glaring contradiction is almost comical. In court documents, Blake Lively is loudly lamenting that Justin Baldoni supposedly destroyed her brand and her dreams. Yet simultaneously, she's inundating social media with glossy, influencer-style videos, all raving about how amazing her Blake Brown beauty products are. Which is it, Blake? Are you a ruined victim sobbing over shattered dreams, or a thriving business mogul confidently expanding her empire? You simply cannot have it both ways. The dual narratives directly undermine her legal claims, making her appear disingenuous.
Good deals. Look at these videos you're posting out to show how amazing the hair is with this ASMR video of it's a lot of shampoo. Do you ladies use that much shampoo and conditioner hair? With sizing bottles size that small.
Those social media videos are pure, unadulterated comedy gold. Watching Blake Lively pour an entire half bottle of overpriced conditioner over her head in slow motion, pretending everything is perfectly fine, is perhaps the most unintentionally hilarious thing she's done since the infamous Green Lantern movie. It's an ASMR shampoo spectacle that critics and viewers alike are calling out for its theatrical absurdity. The sheer volume of product, the exaggerated gestures, all while her legal team paints a picture of a brand in ruins, creates a truly bizarre and self-sabotaging performance.
In her hair care line, but also a sign that, yeah, business is there. She's selling, and judging by these images, a lot of people are using it and showing how great it is. So, which is it, Blake? She always wants to have it both ways.
Critics are not buying her dual performance for a second. They're calling her out for playing both sides harder than a shady car dealer. On one hand, she's parading as the poor victim of evil Hollywood men, weeping over her shattered dreams in court. On the other, she's shamelessly cashing in on her celebrity status, aggressively selling hair products to impressionable teenage girls who still believe Serena van der Woodsen is a real person. It's the ultimate attempt to have your cake and eat it too, except the cake is burnt, stale, and covered in loose hair from her donut shop fiasco.
Really hard?
Not because I want to, because I feel like she would.
Remember we kept going like, can you...
The sheer hypocrisy is almost breathtaking. Here's a woman who desperately wants everyone to believe she is a wounded, innocent figure, bravely fighting Hollywood's big bad bullies. Meanwhile, she's caught on camera violating basic health codes in a public eatery, allegedly harassing co-stars with inappropriate physical contact, weaponizing false victimhood for strategic advantage, and relentlessly selling beauty products like it's Black Friday every single day. Her actions consistently undermine her carefully constructed victim narrative, making it impossible for many to take her seriously.
The nut grab and the literal product placement for us to cheat on this thing.
Let's rewind to one of her greatest hits, the Henry Golding scandal of 2018. During the A Simple Favor commentary, Blake Lively seemingly believed it would be cute and quirky to grab her co-star Henry Golding's private parts. This wasn't a quick accidental brush. It was a deliberate inappropriate act caught on camera, sparking immediate discomfort for many viewers. The casual nature with which she treated the situation, laughing it off as if it were the funniest thing ever, raised serious questions about her judgment and boundaries. Even then,
So great. Then you ADR'd a little extra, like, the little laughs.
the double standard became painfully evident. If the roles were reversed, and a male actor had joked about grabbing a woman like that on camera, his career would have been obliterated faster than you could say canceled. He would have been exiled from Hollywood, facing immediate public outcry and severe professional repercussions. Yet, because it was Blake Lively, she received a free pass, apparently immune to accountability. Hollywood simply chuckled along, allowing her to escape any consequences, further highlighting the industry's selective outrage and blatant favoritism.
She was spotted this weekend in her happy place, which apparently is also when she grabs her co-stars without permission.
Now, years after that egregious incident, this very same Blake Lively is positioned as the poster girl for workplace safety, accusing Justin Baldoni of harassment. The blatant contradiction is staggering. The woman who once treated consent as a punchline, laughing off her own inappropriate actions, is suddenly demanding strict adherence to professional boundaries. Her past behavior, where she openly dismissed the importance of physical boundaries, directly undermines the credibility of her current claims, turning her into a symbol of selective outrage and opportunism.
He had nothing to do with it, nothing with the production. Limited work to Justin concluded in November. It was my role on social media was merely.
Blake Lively's long history of improvising physical contact and treating co-stars' personal space with dismissive humor exposes her current harassment claims for what they truly are, a convenient weapon, not a genuine grievance. Critics are connecting the dots faster than Blake can spin her next PR disaster. The Henry Golding incident isn't an isolated blip, it's a flashing neon sign that Blake Lively will cry harassment when it suits her and laugh it off when she's the one doing the harassing. This selective morality is increasingly eroding her public trust.
Things that Blake's now going to go through and show, there's been zero proof that Jed actually did these things. Now,
speaking of desperate tactics, let's talk about the Jed Wallace situation, or as many are calling it, Blake's magical invisible enemy. In her ongoing lawsuit, Blake Lively attempts to pin the blame for her rapidly tanking online reputation on Jed Wallace, a low-level street marketing employee who likely didn't even know Blake existed before this mess. She accuses him of orchestrating untraceable social media attacks, a legal equivalent of "my dog ate the evidence," providing absolutely zero credible proof for such a fantastical claim against a minor player.
Reynolds realizes he's too big to fail. He just crushes his enemies and...
However, the reality quickly dismantled Blake's narrative. In March 2025, Jed Wallace filed a sworn affidavit, making it unequivocally clear that he never posted, never coordinated, and essentially never did anything to harm Blake Lively. His entire role was simply to analyze public sentiment, essentially sitting back like a human version of the popcorn meme, watching Blake's PR disasters naturally implode without lifting a finger. Her attempt to invent a villain where none existed further highlighted her desperation to deflect blame.
So strange how he needed to do that, but he did. And now Justin's team has responded back with their motion to dismiss, the whole motion to dismiss.
And just when you thought this train wreck couldn't get any worse, enter Ryan Reynolds, stage left with a gasoline can and a big dumb smile, ready to jump into the bonfire. Turns out, back in July 2024, Ryan decided it would be a fantastic idea to reportedly run around telling WME executives, not once but twice, that Justin Baldoni was an actual predator. This wasn't just hearsay, it was a deliberate, damaging smear campaign from a Hollywood heavyweight, fueled by what many now see as a blinding arrogance.
If there have been any filed. By reference to statements that were not in Baldoni's first amended complaint, Reynolds went beyond the four corners of the FAC, which is not permitted. Shout out to Leon.
Adding to the spectacular display of inflated ego, Ryan Reynolds reportedly declared, "I'm too big to fail. I crush my enemies and drink their blood." This wasn't a line from Deadpool. This was a serious statement from a man embroiled in a defamation lawsuit. It's a super normal, totally unhinged thing to say when your wife is accused of harassment and you're being sued yourself. It certainly doesn't scream invincible and calm billionaire, but rather entitled individual who believes rules don't apply to him, further escalating his legal predicament.
Ryan's several quotes he pulled out of wherever to try to justify that, no, Justin is a predator. Those quotes aren't supposed to be in here. To quote Leanne Newton, who did it very well, you can't bring in all these old, messages.
Ryan Reynolds' attempt to dismiss the lawsuit against him was so spectacularly embarrassing that even seasoned legal experts openly scoffed at it. His motion was reportedly packed with Mean Girls references, including an actual mention of a burn book. Apparently, when your wife is accused of harassment and you're facing legal action, the most appropriate response is to turn court proceedings into a high school skit, completely trivializing serious allegations. This unprofessionalism only served to solidify his deep involvement and lack of seriousness.
We can pull quotes too, Ryan. And Kim, you were saying it earlier, they could pull a lot of really bad quotes, couldn't they, if they really wanted to set a precedent about Reynolds?
Luckily, Justin Baldoni's team was having none of it. They clapped back hard, pointing out that Ryan Reynolds acted with actual malice, had full knowledge of everything going on, and was deeply involved in Blake Lively's entire smear campaign. He wasn't just some clueless husband holding Blake's purse while she battled in court. He was actively in the trenches, tossing grenades and hoping nobody noticed the dirt on his hands. Legal analysts are now predicting that Ryan Reynolds will not be dismissed from the case, with evidence stacking up against him like a Jenga tower of bad jokes and flaming lawsuits.
to dismiss, failed to set forth any basis for his liability, that they were merely acted as a supportive spouse. No, he was not just a supportive spouse. The FAC specifically alleges ample facts to support the Wayfarer's claims against Ryan based on both his direct actions and his liability as a co-conspirator.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds didn't stop at public smears. They reportedly went full-time bully mode in July 2024, pressuring WME to drop Justin Baldoni with a direct threat, lose lucrative deals with Blake and Ryan if they didn't comply. This blatant coercion, leveraging their star power like a weapon, worked. WME folded faster than a cheap lawn chair, kicking Justin to the curb based on nothing but rumors and the tantrums of two overpaid, overhyped celebrities. Their actions screamed agree with us, or else, exposing a ruthless side of their supposed charming personas.
Also the line earlier that later they said of any goodwill will be gone. It's hard to not see these quotes as direct threats of we will bury you. The same thing she's accused.
Hollywood's adorable, untouchable power couple has officially transformed into an industry cautionary tale. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are a live-action warning sign of what happens when ego, greed, and catastrophic timing collide in spectacular fashion. Their brand is officially trash. No amount of Vogue spreads or clickbait headlines can save them from this cold, hard reality. They wanted to rule Hollywood like a king and queen, but instead, they've turned themselves into court jesters, loud, desperate, and ultimately laughably pathetic. The Teflon couple everyone thought was invincible. Turns out Teflon burns when you apply enough heat, and Blake and Ryan, they are sizzling.